This conference will now be recorded.
This last class we done like solid class 2, right? So installation of Tomcat is completed, guys, and totally started the application. So before starting the application, I said like CJ, right? Before servlets, we have the technology like CJ technology, right? Exactly. The CJ technology versus servlet. If you go for the CGI, Common Gateway Interface, right? Exactly, guys. You see small diagram here regarding CJ. This is like CJ request processing, guys. CJ technology request processing. Before servlets in 1990s, almost before servlets here, we are using CJ request processing. In CJ request processing, what you know, in a CJ web server, every request, guys, for every request, then what it will do, it will create one process basically. For every request, it will create one process, right? Exactly. For every request is creating like one process means request one process one, request two process two, request three process three. Like that, if number of requests are increased, then what happens, guys? Number of processes will be increased, right? Guys, if number of requests are increased, then number of processes will increase, right? Exactly. Definitely, like process means definitely heavyweight, guys. In core Java, we have the threading versus processing. Threads we have, processes we have. Definitely, thread is a lightweight, which is created by Java virtual machine. Process is a heavyweight, which is created by operating system, right? Because operating system will create the process. Definitely, the process is what a heavyweight, right? Because definitely the process is what a heavyweight, guys. Good, good. That definitely, if number of requests are increased, then what happens, guys? Number of processes are increased. Then what happens? Process load increase, right? Process load increase, right? That's what, guys. The number of requests increase, the performance will be affected, right? To overcome this problem, guys, for every request, instead of creating the process, yes, instead of creating what a process, can please create a thread-based processing, guys. So this is like okay, this is like a servlet engine. Previously, we have like yes, previously we have for every request one process created. Now we can see for every request one process created, one thread is created. The servlet engine, guys, servlet engine will create the JVM threads actually. The servlet engine will create what JVM threads, right? Exactly. Request one, request two, thread two, request three, thread three. Even number of threads are increased. That's not a problem because threads are lightweight, right? If threads are lightweight means what happens, guys? Process load increased or decreased?
Decrease.
Yes, process load increased or decreased? Definitely process load will be decreased, right? Exactly. Yes, it's fine, right? By seeing these two diagrams, you'll understood that CJ processing definitely, CJ processing definitely what happened. For every request, for every request, process created, definitely process load increasing. In the servlet request processing, for every request, what happened? Process are creating a threads are creating. Definitely here it is creating what a threads, right? If threads are creating is definitely threads are creating is definitely the process load will be reduced, right? Process load will be reduced, guys. Is it clear now? This is like CJ request processing, right? This is like servlet request processing, right? Exactly. So in CJ, guys, we have like CJ web server is there. CJ web server is there. Child for the CJ1, CJ2, CJ1. It's fine. It's not required. Can you for it?
Common gateway interface.
Ah,
CGI means common gateway interface.
CJ means common gateway interface. Hmm? So in the CJ, what happened, guys? For every request, I think this is not required. Leave it. CJ means every common gateway interface for every request one process creating. But in servlet, for every request one thread is creating. Definitely, when compared to process, threads are lightweight, so the process load will be decreased. If the process load is decreased, performance will be increased, right? Exactly, guys. That's one point we have to focus today, class. And one more small diagram you can see. Initially, we have Java servlets, guys. So the web technology, like first web technology market is regarding Java side. Java servlets are there. On the top of the servlets, which concept is there, guys? JSP is there. Java server pages. Yes, on the top of the servlets, you have the JSP, Java server pages. Okay, and the JSTL is there. And next one is a JSF, guys. JSF will be built on the top. JSF is using like Servlets, JSPs, JSTL also. Java server pages standard tag library. Java standard JSP standard tag library, I guess. Good. Yes, what do you understand about this diagram? So initially we have the servlets. On the bottom side you have the servlets concept, guys. On the top of the servlets you have the JSP. On the top of the JSP you have the JSTL. Just a standard tag library. And about this all, what we are using is here JSF, right? Java server faces, right? Java server faces internally using the JSPs. These are the concept, right? So the bottom side, what we are using definitely Java. Servlet is a starting platform, right?
So you
Yes,
mean Java server pages is also taking the inputs from the Java servlet?
definitely. As we discussed last time, the points like what the points we discussed. No, servlets on the top of the servlets, what we are using on the top of the servlets, we are using the frame. Servlet is a technology framework. Sorry, servlets is a technology
It's
framework.
a framework. It's a framework, sir.
Oh my God, servlets is a framework.
No, sir. It's a framework which is developed by.
Today class, the first point we discussed like CJ request processing versus CJ versus what? Servlet request processing, right? Yeah, request processing. Okay. CJ request processing and servlet request processing, right? Definitely we decided based on the diagram, we can decide that definitely which one is recommended is servlet request processing, right? CJ request processing, every request one process is created. CJ means what happened is for every request. Hmm.
Process will be created.
For every request one process is created. Please mute. One process created, right? Whatever servlets for every request to process created, thread is created. Yeah,
Trade is
for
created.
one thread is created, right? Exactly. Yes. One thread is created. That's it, guys. And second point, see, like on the top of the servlets, we have the JSP concept, guys. The JSPs are built on the top of the servlets only. JSPs are built on the top of what? Servlets, right? Exactly. So yes, JSPs are built on the top of the servlets only. So it means in yesterday I said like work folder, right? Work folder, what it will store? Every JSP file is internally converted into which format? Servlet format, right? Every JSP is internally converted to servlet format. Those converted servlets are stored in which folder? Work folder, right? Okay,
Yeah.
those converted servlets are stored in which folder? Work folder. It means servlets, JSPs are developed on the top of the servlets, right? Exactly, yes. As well, like servlets is a technology, right? Servlet is a technology. On the top of the servlets, guys, which is like technology, technology belongs to which part, guys? Here, JWE part, right? JWE part. Yes, what is solid here? Solid is a technology belongs to which part here? JWE part, right? Exactly. On the top of this technology, guys, you have the framework. What the framework they design? The framework means we have like framework like structure framework, guys, and we have the JSP, guys. On the top of the JSP, solid and JSPs are belongs to JWE technologies. On the top of the servlets, we have the framework like struct framework. On the top of the JSP, we have the framework like which framework is JSP framework. These are clear now. On the top of the JSP, what they are building is JSF, right? Yeah, JSF framework. JSF means what? Java server faces.
Phases.
Okay, Java server faces, right? Exactly. Hmm? Yes, you try to understand this diagram. You try to take this diagram later. After the class, you try to take this diagram, guys. But you're able to understand the points, right? What the points here? First request goes to request web components are there. HTTP select request, guys. HTTP request goes to HTTP select request. The corresponding request will take in the data. After taking the request, the data goes to setter method, setter or getter methods. Bean components can be setter and getter methods, guys. Either what are the data you're getting from the requested form, the data directly goes to database. Otherwise, bean component through the bean component, the data goes to database, guys. Let's try to understand this diagram. when the request goes to server side, in a server side, the servlet will be executed, right? The servlet will be executed. The servlet code directly can interact with the database. One thing, step 4, directly can enter the database. Otherwise, some case what happens, the bean components, guys. The bean components can enter the database, right? The bean components can interact with our database. Anyway, this diagram will come to know that once you've done the examples, guys. Once you've done the examples like client for example, so that you'll get the more clarity. But as of now, think like this is like server client and this is like server, right? Server side, what happened, guys? Components are there. Those components are interacting with the database, right? These components directly can enter the database. Otherwise, with the help of bean components also, you can enter the database. What is a bean component? I will tell you later. Good. I hope you got the clarity about these 4 diagrams right today. For the first diagram, guys, CJ request processing. CJ means what? Common gateway interface. Here, for every request, one process will be created. So, number of process increases, process load increases, guys, in this approach. That's what you can go for the thread-based processing. Here, for every request, what happens is one thread will be created, right? One thread will be created, right? If number of requests are increased, number of threads are increased. Even the threads are increased, threads are heavyweight or lightweight?
Lightweight.
Yes,
Lightweight.
threads are lightweight, right? So then it's not a problem. Next one is what is servlets in the top, bottom side. On the top of the servlets, you have the JSPs. And servlets and JSP are the technologies. On the top of the servlets, you have the structs framework. On the top of the JSP, you have which framework is JSF framework, right? Exactly, guys.
Sir, one thing, sir. So Servlet is using Struts framework, sir.
Structs internal using servlet. The structs
And
framework is.
sorry, sir.
Tell me, what's your question?
Sir, I'm asking, as you said, like Java is Servlet is just a technology, or we can say it's just a Java program, but it's using a framework called Struts.
No. Structs is a framework which is designed on the top of the servlet framework. Servlet's the technology.
So
Structs is a framework
Struts a
which is
framework.
it's a build.
Yeah.
Structs is a framework which is built on the top of the servlet technology.
Build on top of technology means I didn't get, sir, this line.
Build on the top of means what? Initially, we have the servlet technology. Using servlet technology, we are designing the web applications. Okay,
Yes.
instead of servlet technology, something like one Adri is there. The Adri will take the help of servlet technology and is building like structs framework.
Okay. Okay.
With the help of servlet's technology, he is building like structs framework as it is.
So Strut framework is used for what, sir? Then,
Web
because it's
application.
okay.
Structs is
So
also
by
built
using
for the web applications.
yes.
Servlet's also technology to build the web application. But framework means they'll give the more predefined support when compared to the technologies.
Okay. Okay. Got it, sir. Thank
They'll
you.
give the more predefined support means what? We know need to write the more code. They already given some predefined classes. You can use those classes. You can do the application. In the Servlet technology, if you write the 20 lines of code to achieve the requirement, in the structs framework, you can write the 5-6 lines of code to achieve the requirement. The framework will reduce the length of
Okay, sir. Got it.
the framework will reduce the length of the code, right? Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so structs faculty, first he will tell you what are the limitations in servlets. Because structs is developed based on the servlets, right? It means what are the problems in the servlets? To overcome this problem, they're going for the structs framework, right? Yeah, that's what structs faculty. First 2 days he will tell you what are the problems in the servlet technology, then why we are moving to the structs framework. Okay. Yeah, JSF faculty is the same process. JSF faculty, he will tell you first 2 days JSP classes, then these are the problems with the JSP. That's what JSF will give the more predefined support. That's what we are moving the JSF framework. Yes.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Any other questions? Good. Yes, third point you can see today class here. Yes, web application contains one resource or multiple resources. Yes, web application contains like one resource or multiple resources. Resources in the sense like files, .java files, .class files, jar files, HTML files, JavaScript files.
Multiple resources.
The web application definitely contains one resource or multiple resource means definitely web application contains multiple resources, right?
Yes.
Hmm? Yes, web application contains one resource or multiple resource means multiple resources, right? Exactly. Yes, web application contains definitely web application contains what? One resource, multiple resources, right? Exactly. Web application contains multiple resources. Hmm. Web application contains what? Multiple resources. In this case, yeah, web application multiple resources. You cannot place all the resources in a single folder, right? Because we cannot place what all the resources in a single folder, right? That's what. Web application contains multiple resources, guys. So we cannot place all the resources in the single folder. That's what we will do, you know. That's what we'll do, you know. You'll create some different folders, right? Exactly. The web application contains multiple resources like what it contains, guys. Yeah, Java files are there. Yeah, so we have the Java files and we have the XML files and we have the HTML files. Tell me guys, HTML files and we have the
Yes.
JSP files and we have the JavaScript files. Sorry, no, XML files and we have the .jar files. .jar files. Yes, anyways, Java files are there, XML files are there, HTML files are there, JSP files are there, JavaScript files are there, jar files are there. Like that, you have the multiple files, guys. Hmm? So web application contains multiple files like this, right? Exactly. So it is not recommended to place all the files in the single folder, right? So
Yes.
it is what not recommended to not recommended to place all the files in what single folder, right? Exactly. Because it is not recommended to place all the files in single folder, right? It is not recommended to place all the files in single folder, guys. So what we will do? It is not recommended to place all the files in a single folder. So, web application follows what? Web application web application follows standard. Okay, standard directory structure, guys. Standard what? Directory structure, right? Exactly, guys. Very clear now? Web application contains a multiple files, guys, which is like Java files, XML files, JSP files, they're all files. It is not recommended to place all the files in a single folder. So web application follows what? Standard directory structure, right? Exactly. So what the directory structure it follows? Because first one is the application folder it can take. Assume like I taken the login application. This is my project folder, guys. Under the project folder, directly we can place like HTML files. .html files. Because project folder directly you can place .html files, .javascript files. Directly you can place .html files, .javascript files, and .jsp files. Yeah, directly you can place all the data here, guys. Generally, this area we can call this a public area. Yes, HTML files, JavaScript files, JSP files. These files you are placed in the area, right? Yeah, this area generally we can call it as a project. And even some project contains images, right? Even images also you can place directly here itself. Under the project, guys, under the project directly you can place these files, guys. This is like project name, right? Exactly. Yes, under the project name directly you can place under the project you can place the directly all the files, guys. And this project contains again some one more folder is there. What is the folder? You know, the folder like a web inf folder, guys. Capital web, capital inf. Hmm? So all characters are capital letters. All are what? All are what? Capital letters, right? Exactly, guys. All are capital letters. The statement is clear now? Yeah. Along with this files, it contains web inf file, right? Is it clear now? Login application, which contains like .html files, JavaScript files, JSP files, images. Along with these all the files, this contains what? Web.inf folder. Web.inf folder, guys. This web.inf folder internally contains, uh, web.inf folder contains what, which contains like XML file, guys. Directly how the web.xml file is there. Yes, web.inf folder contains which file here? Web.xml file, right? Exactly. Because if you open any solid example, this is all a solid example basically. If you go for the session AVP, something like this, here you can see, guys. Here we have like HTML files are there. Some HTML files are there. Along with HTML files, we have which folder here? Web.inf folder, right? Capital web and capital inf folder is there. Once if you open this folder, here you have the web.xml file. Web.xml file is there, and here is one more folder is lib folder also available basically. Lib folder also there. So if you go for the login app, see guys, login form, registration form is there. HTML pages are there. Along with the HTML pages, you can go for the web.inf folder. In web.inf folder contains how many files guys? Web.xml file is there. Web.xml file, which contains like XML file guys. Along with the XML file, it contains one folder guys. What is the folder it contains? Tell me. The folder like a lib folder guys. Lib is basically like folder. The
Okay.
lib folder contains the what is this lib folder contains? Jar files guys. In application requires what the jar files, just you can place all the jar files here, right? Exactly guys. Is it clear now? So login applications a project name guys. This project directly contains HTML files, JavaScript files, JSP files, image files. Along with these files, it contains web.inf folder is there. Okay, web.inf is a folder guys. So this is like all our cap letter. This is basically it is a folder, right? Exactly. This folder contains XML file guys, and lib folder is there again. Okay, and web.inf contains one more folder here. What is the one
Class.
more folder guys here? Classes folder. This classes folder contains like servlet.class files.
Class.
Dart classes, right? Exactly. Start Dart class files. Because once your solid application is done, definitely require the Dart class files, right? Solid Dart class files are there, right? Because all the Dart class files are present in what? Because
Classes.
all the Dart class files are present in the classes folder, right? Exactly. So web application contains multiple resources, guys. Java files, XML files, HTML files, JavaScript files, JSP files, jar files, and this all. So it is not recommended to place all the files in a single folder. So web application follows the standard directory structure. This is like directory structure, guys. Under the project folder, directly can place the HTMLs. Directly can place the HTMLs, JavaScripts, JSP files, images, and web.inf folder contains what? So one folder is like web.inf, guys. Capital Web and capital INF, which directly contains the XML file. And web.inf folder contains lib folder and classes folder. Lib folder contains what? Jar files. Classes folder contains what? Dart class files, right? All the Dart class files, guys. Is it clear now? These are also folder, right? Exactly. So web application follows these are standard direct structure, guys. Once if you know the direct structure clearly, so then you will start the application. Then you will start the application, guys. If today class we done the first point is what? CJ request processing and what?
Sir,
Servlet request. Hmm.
so this directory structure is defined by us or is a predefined structure, sir?
No, it's a
Which we have?
predefined structure. Once if you write the code, this the like this only, the server can understand your files.
Okay.
If you even if you take the small web.inf means the server is unable to recognize this direct structure. This direct structure is given by servers basically. If you write the files, if you take the structure, this structure only, then only the server can understand your code. Otherwise, that's what I'm saying. Like this web application follows a standard direct structure, right? It's like standard directory. You have to follow this direct structure. If we didn't follow this, definitely server is unable to recognize, right? Exactly. Good. Is it clear now? Good. And one more small point, guys. Actually, this is like Tomcat basically required Tomcat web application direct structure, right? Web application directory structure, guys. Okay, direct structure, right? Exactly. Because when you create the application using Eclipse ID, because when you create the application using Eclipse ID, Eclipse ID follows some different direct structure, guys. So tomorrow I'll explain this. Tomorrow I'll go for this one. First application, Eclipse ID, April 2008. Yeah. Give some workspace, your class is Java, Advanced Java 10 AM, something like this. Click on OK. Workspace is ready. Yeah, this is like standard direct structure it follows. But in Eclipse ID, when you create the web application, guys, in Eclipse ID, it follows some different direct structure, guys. Eclipse ID will create what? Different direct structure. Let's do one thing is the direct structure we'll discuss in tomorrow class. That will be fine. Just to discuss today 3 points: CJ versus request processing, solid request processing. So technology is solid is a technology, and so structure is a framework. JS is a technology, JS is a framework. Web application follows the multiple resources. Web application contains multiple resources. These are the resources, guys. It is not recommended to place all the resources in a single folder. So web application follow the standard direct structure. Just you can follow this direct structure, guys. Just to follow the direct structure. Okay, good. And if you go for the Eclipse ID, yeah, Eclipse ID, guys. Eclipse ID by default, I think this is the JTSC prospect is there, because we are doing the JDBC classes means JTSC prospect, right? Let me change this JTSC prospect to the JEE prospective. How can you change this prospective, guys? Right hand side you have the plus operator, right? Click on this plus operator, guys. Once if you click on this plus, we have like JEE default, right? Just select the JEE, guys. Click on OK. If you select the JEE here, if you click on the JEE here, yeah, go for this one here. Can create the new project, guys. So click on new. I want to create the dynamic web project. You have to select, because when you select the dynamic web project, because when we select what dynamic web project here, click on dynamic web project and give the project name basically here. Assume like the project name I given like login application. Because if you go for the login application, so oh my god, let me create the project again here. Click on new. I want to create the dynamic web project is there. So assume like this is my first servlet app, something like first servlet app is there, right? Select the module version is a 2.5. Why I'm selecting 2.5, I'll tell you. But just select the 2.5 version, because if you select the 3.0 version, what happened, Servlet 3.0 version, it supports annotation, guys. It supports what? Annotation. If you support the annotations means it doesn't take the web.xml file. Okay, why the annotation, why web.xml file, that I'll tell you tomorrow class, when we meet in next class. But anyway, as of now, select which version, guys. 2.5. Why you are selecting 2.5, that I'll tell you tomorrow. Just click on the finish button. So if you go for this first web application direct structure, guys, this is like a Eclipse ID web application direct structure, guys. Eclipse ID web application, yeah, web application what directory, directory structure, right? Exactly. Yes, Eclipse ID, it follows the assume like login application in my project name, right? Yeah. Under the project, guys, directly can place HTML. Here also directly can place the, because directly cannot place HTML files, guys, in Eclipse ID. In Eclipse ID contains, this is a project folder, guys, which contains like web content folder basically. Guys, this folder contains which folder here? Login application, the project name, guys, which contains which folder here? Web content folder. In web content folder, here you can place the HTML files, JSP files, image files. These all files you can place here itself. Is it clear now? So this is the one thing, guys. Directly cannot place the HTML files, guys, in Eclipse ID. Eclipse ID we have web content folder is there. Sorry, if Eclipse ID contains web content folder, this all, but server can understand what is the structure. Basically, even the Eclipse ID follows like web content folder is there, but server internally requires what this structure only required, guys. So what happened, Eclipse ID, even though initially it is creating the folder structure like this, but Eclipse ID internally create these folders also. Guys, Eclipse ID internally create these folders also. And Eclipse ID internally create these folders, guys. That's why the Tomcat server is running these folders internally. Because I'm repeating again, even the Eclipse ID follows web content folder is there. Web content folder contains all the files. Along with these files, web content folder contains what? Web.inf folder, right? Web.inf folder contains lib folder and the web.xml file. I think web.inf folder contains lib folder, web.xml file. I think in normal structure, web.inf contains lib folder, XML file. I think which file is missing here? Classes are missing, right? Exactly. Basically, this classes are goes to Java resources folder. This class are goes to which folder here? Java resources folder. In the Java resources, SRC is there, right?
folder.
Here we have to take the code, right? Exactly. That's what, guys, here. Eclipse ID contains the application folder like this, which contains like web content folder. Web content folder contains HTML, JavaScript, JSPs, and images here. Along with this folder, which contains one more folder, right? So what is the folder, guys, here? Web.inf folder. So web content folder contains which folder, guys, here? Web-inf, right? This web-inf folder contains what the structure, guys? Web-inf contains
lib and XML.
web-inf contains what? .xml file is there, and which contains one more folder like what? One
Lib
more folder
folder.
is what? Lib folder, right? Lib folder definitely contains what?
Jars.
Star data jars, right? All the jars files you can place, right? Exactly. And along with which folder is missing here? Classes folder, right? Classes folder means along with web content folder, guys. Yes, along with web content folder, here you can write the code along with the web content folder, right? Yeah, this is web content folder. Which folder is there here? Java resources
Resource.
folder,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Resources folder. Yes.
So Eclipse IDE, this is the project. It contains mainly two folders, guys. Java resources folder and web content folder. These two folders are important for us. Java resources folder and web content folder is there. Java resources folder means what? This is the Java resources, like here you can place what, all the servlet files, right? Yes, here you can place what? Here what you will place? Here you can place like servlet.class files, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? Servlets, right? Servlet.classes. Yes, I simply can say instead of servlet.classes, you can write a star.class file, right? Exactly. Right. It is very clear now. So generally, Tomcat will understand the folder structure is this one, guys. This is a standard structure. Web by NF, which contains XML file, lib folder, classes folder. But Eclipse ID will follow the web application direct structure, means this is the direct structure, guys. Web content folder is there. Web content folder contains directly these all the HTML files. Under the web content folder, we can under the web content folder we can create HTML files, CSV files. Along with this one, you can create web by NF folder. Web by NF folder contains web.xml file and what, a lib folder, right? Which contains web.xml file and what, lib folder or not? Exactly, guys. Even yeah, what about Java resources means classes folder, right? Classes folder means Java resources folder, guys. Even though Eclipse ID will create this direct structure like this, guys, but internally Eclipse ID will create these folders also. That I'll tell you while doing the application. Just remember that point, guys. While doing the first application, please let me know. Sir, you said Eclipse ID follows this direct structure, but internally Eclipse ID generates what, Tomcat folders. Then Tomcat internally executing what, Eclipse ID direct structure or Tomcat folder structure? Yes, Eclipse ID internal executing. In Eclipse ID is internally executing Tomcat folder structure, Eclipse ID direct structure. So definitely
Tomcat.
Tomcat folder structure, right? That I will show you internally where the Tomcat folder structure is created. Okay. Yes, are you clear now? You just try to focus on this direct structure, guys.
That will be explaining in the next class, right? How internally it's converting the
Why first application is completed, then show me, because once the first application is completed, then only internal folder search is created like this, right? Exactly. So in Eclipse ID, the folder search is like this, but the standard folder search is Eclipse ID folder search or Tomcat server folder search. Tomcat folder search, right? Definitely this is required. Even the Eclipse ID, when you create the project like this, but internally Eclipse ID will create, the Tomcat folders. Where it is created, I will show you, okay? Is it clear now? Okay, so try to check up to this point. We'll meet in tomorrow class, the fourth day. We'll start the first Servlet application, guys. You'll start the
And
first
sir,
Servlet application.
yesterday you asked me to find out about the temp folder, right? What is the use of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is used by the JVM itself to create any temp file, not by it's basically used by the JVM only. So we are not user cannot do anything with that temp folder.
Okay. You got the clarity, right? So we can't do anything with temp folder, just as a temporary file.
Sorry, sir.
What will do with the temp folder? Are we are going to place any files? By default, some files are go temp folder.
By default, JVM will be placing some files. We are not going to touch that folder.
We are not going to that folder, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 days. First day we discuss Servlets, so some interaction part. Second day we install the Tomcat server. Third day we discuss about the folder structure, because which contains like multiple files. Definitely we have to follow the folder structure, right? Exactly. So you try to check up to this point. We'll meet in tomorrow class. We'll start the first application. Bye.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.